What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Knockout Sessions. Hit the like, subscribe, share. I'm gonna start saying that a lot more now because y'all need to get on it. I'm tired of it. We got some big fights coming up in the MMA side.
Fight week again.
The return of the pay-per-view. Right here. We got UFC 297.
In Canada. Nice and cold.
Oh, Canada.
Back-to-back weekends in Canada.
Gotta love the Canadians, baby. So we start with the main event. Sean Strickland, dricusduplessis. How do you see that?
Well, I don't know. We can either see it as, to start off with, that Strickland's mind is in the right place. he's out to fucking get the kill, or his mind is in the wrong place, and he's gonna let his emotions get the best of him, and DDP's gonna take advantage of that. So I don't know, because I don't know if you saw that apparently in the press conference they were talking about how Strickland kind of wanted to squash the beef because he's taking that over way too seriously, and I know you kind of mentioned it, that he runs real blood. If DDP makes any more additional comments, he was going to go out and get it. So I don't know. It's kind of hard to understand where Strickland's mind is at. And then he was also kind of talking about how he already understands that he's not going to always be the champion.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, he's talking about him accepting that he's not going to be the champion forever. He's saying that everyone ends up losing at some point. Again, the whole comments of, his dad really got to him. And then DDP is very confident. He literally just said, like, dude, I don't care what the fuck you talk about me. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's like, I don't care, so his mind is 100% on point. So I kind of have to favor DDP a little bit. He's overconfident, has the right mindset. I think Strickland is just too emotional in this situation.
I agree. I mean, when you look at Strickland, even when he won the belt, if you recall, when he won the belt, he's just like, this is just a belt to me. Like, I don't know. I feel like he's writing more off
it's just a belt, but he was very emotionally crying.
Yeah. So
or maybe the achievement, not the belt itself, but the achievement.
You can tell Strickland himself is a guy that like has so many emotions going on with him that he's kind of like unstable as far as like what he says and what he feels. But I mean, the fact of the matter is, the dude's a dog, and he's going to come in to fight, and that's pretty much what rides him into the coattails. But Duplessis is different. This man, like you said, he comes in with the mentality of, like he said in an interview, the moment Sean Strickland became champion, Adesanya became irrelevant to me.
100%.
The target was then Strickland, and like you said, he doesn't care what Strickland says about him. And Duplessis showed that he can, when it comes to shit talking. He can hang with Strickland and make it just as personal and take it from when Strickland gives it to him.
Yeah, because I mean, if you can't get into a man's head, at that point, he's already 80% in the fight.
Yeah.
I'll say the other 20% is just making sure you're in shape and training. So
I think when it comes to overall skill set, Duplessis is more well-rounded. He's got the power, so you can wrestle him. He's got definitely a lot more tools to work with in the shed. Strickland just has heart and a beautiful stand-up game. It's going to be interesting, but I don't think it goes the distance. I think I got Duplessis third round TKO.
Ooh, okay. You get a bet on that?
I mean, for the people watching, if they ain't liking, sharing, and subscribing, at least go bet on it.
Now, with this fight coming up this Saturday, and with us not having any main event for UFC 300, and I know we kind of touched base on this in our last video about, well, what if Izzy's waiting for the winner of this fight, right? I kind of heard some rumors that supposedly Alex Pereira's not going to fight until May, and it's apparently going to be Jamal Hill, right? So even though it's not confirmed, assuming Alex fights in May, again, that takes away another potential main event. Because I know you were really hoping he was going to be in UFC.
Well, it would make sense right at the time with all the pieces left.
Yeah. So I love math. So it's sounding like we might get Izzy against the winner of DDP and Strickland. And then if Alex fights in May, and if Izzy wins in UFC 300, I don't know. we might see Izzy move up.
I mean, he can go ahead and move up. He's done it before. Yeah. He can go ahead and fight Pineda. He's done it a lot of times before.
Maybe this is the one. He ended with the last laugh, so.
And but Pineda has the whole joke.
Oh. Well, that will, if he knocks him out again, that will end the whole rivalry.
Look, here's the thing about Izzy. A great man once said, winners focus on winning. Losers focus on winners. Izzy's now the one focused on Pineda.
Izzy's not the one?
Not a winner.
Wait, say that again? I know you said...
Winners focus on winning.
I understand that. But what did you say?
Losers focus on winners.
Uh-huh.
Pineda's over here winning. Adesanya might be focused on Pineda. He's a loser.
Maybe. Not if he's looking... If Izzy shows up on Saturday in Canada...
Oh, he's looking for Duplessis.
Yeah, we're definitely... Especially if Duplessis wins.
Yeah.
We're most likely going to, at that point, for sure... I would say UFC 300, they're gonna...
Well, he gave his prediction. He's got Duplessis by TKO.
Well, it sounds like he's hoping to get a payday in UFC 300.
He's hoping for Africa. he's hoping he can get a homecoming reception. But Africa might have a different story this Saturday.
Yeah, because again, assuming Alex is not going to be in the main card. Mm-hmm. I don't know what UFC is doing with UFC 300 at this point.
I did see a post of Hamza, but it's Hamza, and I'm tired of Hamza always posting a picture of him with 300 around his picture.
But again, with who? You know what I'm saying?
And what championship? That's what we want to know, is what championship. Because Leon Bilal isn't even official. It's been, talked about. That's not even official either.
It's because I think they need a very strong main event to have Leon Bilal as a co-main.
I have a weird feeling, and I think maybe the UFC is also waiting to see if they can get some quick turnarounds, like maybe a Duplessis versus Chimaev at UFC 300. You know what I'm saying? Or like maybe
But how does that make sense? Why would Chimaev? Oh, okay.
That's a problem. You know what I'm saying? I'm not justifying it, but I'm saying I wouldn't put it past Dana if he'll do something like that. Mm-hmm. Like a quick turnaround from UFC somebody from 297, maybe somebody from 298. Mm-hmm. That's the only thing I can think of now as far as trying to figure out what fights. I'm tired of it, and because there's no more pieces left.
Yeah.
I mean, Islam is out.
Mm-hmm. Charles is already booked.
Charles is booked. Leon and Bilal, I don't know what's going on there. I feel like it's a matter of time. Mm-hmm. Then you look at the middleweight division. Well, we got one Saturday. And then we look at...
And Izzy's just waiting.
He's just waiting. Light heavyweight division, well, that's also in limbo like you talked about. Heavyweight division is an atrocity of a division right now. You look at the bantamweight division. You got Sean O'Malley already defending his belt. You look at the featherweight division. Well, we got Volkanovski waiting to get baptized. And then, then we look at the flyweight division, and we got Pantoja probably waiting for the Moreno Royval winner, which in this case is really Moreno.
Yeah.
Because if Royval wins, I don't think it's enough to get him a third fight with Pantoja. So it's just what now? It's nasty.
But the good thing is you don't have to guess on a big fight announcement, and you called it.
It did.
Mm-hmm.
It did.
For UFC 300, Masvidal's exit belt.
So we received breaking news that Justin Gaethje and Max Holloway are going to fight. I'm kind of excited for that fight, but for the wrong reasons. If I'm going to be completely honest, it's like the abusive fan in me is excited for that fight.
Why the wrong reasons? Explain.
Max Holloway fans, look. As a Tony Ferguson fan, I am a Max fan.
That's what I'm saying.
But for the diehards, as a Tony Ferguson fan, you might be seeing a repeat of what happened to Tony, not a Max. Mm-hmm. But I think it's going to be even worse because
worse than Volk Max 3.
Yeah, yeah. Gaethje can take years off your life.
Yeah,
dude's got stone hands.
But I mean, it's an exciting fight. They're both badasses. I mean, it's a good fight for UFC 300. We were both, again, keep asking ourselves, what the fuck are they gonna do with it? I think this is an exciting fight. But yeah, I definitely got Gaethje.
I got Gaethje.
Because technically, this is kind of like, here, Gaethje, stay busy while we wait for Islam to decide that he wants to fight. You know, that's kind of...
And a money fight.
Well, yeah, 100%.
The BMF is basically your easy ticket to some cash fights. That's what it's looking like in this belt. But here's the beauty about this fight, though. It's not like Max Holloway has 0% chance. Gaethje's the guy that drops people. He's the guy with the stone hands. Max Holloway has a chin made out of granite. Never been dropped. He can give you, like he does to Calvin Kattar, 530 plus significant strikes in a 5-round fight. Dude's not getting tired. He'll throw. He might not have some power. He just knocked out Korean Zombie, but Korean Zombie's not Gaethje.
Yeah. That was his last fight, too.
If Max can hang in there, avoid some big shots, and keep it a dogfight, he might have a chance.
Avoid big shots from Gaethje.
I know that's the shitty part about it for Max.
Yeah.
But I think I got Gaethje via 5-round punishment. that's what it is. Like, it's not gonna get any better than that.
I don't know, because I mean, we talk about this all the time. At what point does all that beating you take catch up to you? Because it was wars with Volk. It was wars with Ortega. You know, at what point is that already fucking hella scar tissue and you know your bones fracturing already?
I mean, at that point, it's like we could ask Tony.
Yeah,
you know, we can ask Tony how that felt. Dustin Poirier just got knocked into oblivion. So, I mean, we'll see. Other than that, we got the big news on the PFL Bellator. I'm excited for this card because this one stacked. So we got every champion from Bellator taking on every champion from the PFL. We got Hernan Ferreira versus Ryan Bader. Ryan Bader is the current Bellator champion. He was a former UFC fighter. He's fought John Jones. Like, he's good. Then we got Impa Kazakhane versus Johnny Eblen. Eblen's a nasty striker. He might put it on him. We got Magomed Karamov versus Jason Jackson. That's a good one. Jesus Pinedo versus Patricio Pitbull brothers. They're one of the Bellator's greatest of all time. The one I'm excited for is, let me tell you something. I'm going to tell you something that you're going to be a little caught off guard.
Okay. That made me cry.
The best light heavyweight in the world is fighting in this card.
Okay. Which is?
Vadim Nemkov. I'm telling you, there's a guy. I love Alex Pereira. I love me my Poatan. Right? But if you fight Nemkov, I don't think I got Pereira.
So, because if I'm not mistaken, this is the first time this happens, right?
Where two promotions meet like this, yes.
Yeah. And if you're saying he's the best light heavyweight in the world, what is the chances we would ever see UFC put their little fighters all amongst a card like this? So what would it take? I mean, because obviously to prove you're the best, he would have to move to the UFC after clearing out anybody in the PFL and the belt or Bellator, right?
I mean, he's cleared out damn near everybody in Bellator, and now he's got to clear everybody in PFL. I mean, you would think one day he's going to go to... He's probably going to... If I have to guess with Dean, he's going to have a Michael Chandler kind of like journey to the UFC if he ever goes to UFC.
Which is just going to be thrown to the wolves, take on the top dudes right away, you know?
Yeah. I mean, at that point, like when you look at Michael Chandler, he's probably the greatest Bellator fighter of all time. Three-time lightweight division champion. And then the one that I'm also very excited for. I know you'll remember these names. Maybe at least one, hopefully. Thiago Santos, Yoel Romero.
I mean,
light heavyweight.
I remember your favorite one, Yoel.
Yeah, Yoel's a beast, man. No, nobody can take that away from Yoel. Yoel's like, he comes here to fight. And then we still got Clay Collard and AJ McKee. Like, that's so stacked. And then on top of that, I know you'll recognize this one. in the prelims where you should be. Clarissa Shields is taking on Kelsey DeSantis.
Which, how long has the business Clarissa been?
In the PFL?
Yeah, the PFL.
About a year and a half, 2 years almost.
Yeah.
She's shown that she can hang in 2 sports. You know?
Kinda. I mean, because did she lose her last belt in the PFL?
She did.
Yeah.
I mean, Clarissa has a lot of learning to do, especially because she started like at a boxing first, and then went into MMA. MMA is a young man's game. That's the problem. You know what I'm saying? So Clarissa's over here trying to defy the odds, but
she's over there trying to get knocked out by Keith Thurman also. So
yeah, Clarissa, I haven't forgotten that. You need to calm down, Clarissa. You're a badass. Now we get it. You like boxing and MMA, but you don't call out Keith Thurman. Stop that. But yeah, this is gonna be a mega card, and I have to wonder, like, maybe Dana White does like kind of like side eye this.
I mean, you have to,
you know, because it has potential.
Yeah, because I mean, this is like if you're gonna throw shade at UFC boxing mixing, right? But it's still big. You know, saying, and Dana's like saying, "Oh, that never mixes. That's stupid." Blah blah. Then how is this stupid? This is huge.
Yeah, 100%.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like fine. You don't want to mix UFC fighters with boxing fighters, but I mean, at what point are you not going to mix
cross promotions?
Like, you know, obviously, it's getting to a point where Dana has to start accepting, like, yo, you're not the only big MMA company out there.
No, but he is still the king.
No, he's a king, 100%. No one's arguing that, but again, he has to accept. It's like saying, like, you know, Matchroom is going to end up becoming one of the biggest promotional boxing companies out there. But yeah, they're the more open ones to, like, come on, guys, like, you know what I'm saying, like, come fight with us. Even though they're worldwide compared to, you know, Top Rank PBC. And all of them are usually just here in the U.S. You know what I'm saying? Matchroom is worldwide. They got fighters all over the world.
I could think of so many interesting fights if we were to get, like, well, not PFL, because PFL bought out Bellator, and the UFC. You can give me like a Ryan Bader, Tom Aspinall. You can give me like I said, Patin versus Pereira, but Patricio Pitbull versus Volkanovski, AJ McKee versus Topuria. Like, there's a lot of good
cross promotion, which is the same concept that we were talking about boxing. Like, we want to see those fights.
Yeah,
the UFC's at some point, like, if you're always throwing shade that fights don't happen in boxing, you know, and PFL and Bellator are over here making a big ass move like this, like, it has to catch the UFC's attention.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I'm pretty excited about it. I'll be watching. It's in Saudi Arabia too, so you know
they're getting paid.
And if it makes dollars, it makes sense.
It's only going to be certain. I mean, it can't go on for too long before the UFC is going to want a piece of it. You know,
Dana's a dog though. He's probably just going to want to go head to head. You know, that's the problem with Dana. But I mean, I respect
that's the problem with you. That's what you would do.
Absolutely, because you know we're just cut.
That's why you're Dana's nephew.
Dana White, Julio Brown. Like, come on, baby. Oh man! And speaking of boxing, though, we move over to just a quick snippet of the boxing world. There wasn't too much going on, but
I called it.
Call me Julio Damas, baby. No, I did. You look back, and you'll see me say this. And this man said, "Well, that doesn't make sense for Ryan. That's a step backwards for Ryan. It's boxing." Ryan Garcia reportedly working with De La Hoya to make a fight
with Jose Ramirez.
That hurt your soul saying that.
Again, we went from a huge fight, in my opinion, for Devin Haney. Oh no, fuck you, Devin. I'm gonna go with Rolly. Okay, well, if you get Rolly, you're at least fighting for a title. You get the title, that just becomes a bigger fight against Haney or Teofimo, right?
Yeah.
No, fuck you. We just signed Jose Ramirez. Let's just go get a fucking fight with Jose Ramirez.
Walking to boxing.
What the fuck are we doing?
That is boxing. That is the definition of boxing.
You know, we went from like, hell yeah, Ryan, you're out there ready to fucking face the world, to, okay, we're going back to being protected. Again, I get it. Like, Jose Ramirez is an ex-fucking champion.
He's not a bad fighter. It's not like he's a washed-up fighter.
He's not.
He just doesn't have the cachet that you wanted to see right now.
Well, I mean, we saw him already get beat up.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying, multiple times. I don't know. It's just it doesn't have that spark that it might have had when Ryan maybe first moved up.
So you went from having a possible like mango habanero chicken.
I went from trying to defend Ryan because all you guys fucking give him shade, but now he's going towards the Tank side. And I guess that's why they fought each other. I guess that's why they got rich together, you know.
Does it hurt your soul a little?
And it makes sense because he's getting mentored by fucking Mayweather. Had a fucking Mayweather session.
Yeah, they're gonna try to rebuild Garcia to the top peak of like, you know what?
Yeah, but I mean, we weren't giving him a chance to win against Rolly.
Oh, I think I had
That's what
Ryan
I'm
as a
saying.
favorite for sure against Rolly.
So now we're gonna get Rolly Barroso.
The man got his compensation.
Rolly's gonna get knocked out again, and then we're gonna end up seeing Ryan versus Barroso instead of Ryan versus Haney. And then the only good thing that comes out of all this is we might end up getting either Haney Tank or Haney Teofimo.
I mean, I could go into all that, but you don't want me to.
Because speaking of Saudi Arabia, I don't know if you heard the interview of the Saudi king saying that he wants Tank and Haney to fight in Saudi Arabia.
Well, yeah, it makes all sense, especially now that it's represented by Abdul Wahid. You know, you gotta get your man, your representative in there. You know what I'm saying?
So that's what I'm saying. So I mean, if we get Tank Haney, great. Fuck Ryan.
Tank will beat us to the Muslims. What better be it is now to the Canadians, baby.
Mm-hmm.
An adoptive hero.
Yeah.
You know, but that's boxing for you, Ryan Garcia.
Thank you.
Thank you he's right. Thank you for proving my point, for proving everything I talk about, everything I spew here, and making this man look what you did to him. You broke his heart. He went to bat for you.
I did,
and I'm here to just tell you, thank you, making me look like a genius. And I want to say thank you to everybody that supports us. Hit the like button, subscribe, share. Follow us on Twitter, X. Follow us on Instagram. Find us on YouTube. Share it with everybody. Thank you. Appreciate it. See y'all after.